50 million point five. 50 million point five. Well, I'm here. No, I'm here. I'm shaking. I'm here to tell you, ask and you shall receive. When I started on this journey in 2022, as a critical thinker and a Christian, I knew I had to separate myself from all of these other folks that had different ideas and different answers, and I had to find them on my own. I had to find the answers for myself. I had so many of the very similar same questions you guys do, but I think I know I just got one of my answers. And again, all grace and glory be to the Father. I was in the tub thinking about this question, this very question. When I got out and I was led to open this book of Enoch, and like the Holy Spirit does every single time, I opened it to the words, to the information I would need to figure this out. And what is the question I had? How many of these fallen angels that were cast out of heaven alongside of Lucifer now live alongside of us? How could we ever know what a third of the angels would actually ever calculate to? The third of the angels that fell. Well, through the Holy Spirit, I've got the answer. And the answer is 50.5 million. 50.5 million fallen angels cast out of heaven, the third of angels that now walk amongst us here today. And I got the equation I needed when Enoch explained the total number of angels in heaven. That's all I needed to know. Book of Enoch, chapter 60. In the year 500, in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month in the life of Enoch, in the parable I saw how a mighty quaking made the heaven of heavens to quake, the host of the Most High and the angels. 1,000 thousands and 10,000 times 10,000 were disquieted with a great disquiet. And the head of days sat on the throne of his glory, and the angels and the righteous stood around him. Apparently a number that Enoch cites multiple times in this book when it comes to the total number of angels in heaven. 1,000 thousands and 10,000 times 10,000. What is that total? That totals 101. 101 million. That is the total number of angels in heaven. Well, let's get to it. Let's do some math. Or we could let Grok do it, because that's a lot of zeros. Hold on. BRB. 1,000 thousands is a million, and 10,000 times 10,000 is 100 million. So together, that's 101 million. Then said, now if these would be the remaining total after a third of the previous total of these angels were taken away, if you were to add in the third that was taken away priorly, what would that total number be? 151.5 million. This would have been the original number of angels in heaven prior to Lucifer, and a third of the angels falling. The third of the angels that rebelled with Lucifer against our Father, that were kicked out of heaven and thrust down here. 151.5 million angels prior to the fall. What would be the total third when it's taken away? 50.5 million. I asked Grok after seeing this, can you scan the book of Enoch to see if he ever talks about the total number of angels? I didn't want Grok to know that I already had this information. I wanted to see if he could find it in there anywhere else. He said, yes, Enoch uses that exact phrase, 1,000 thousands and 10,000 times 10,000, multiple times to describe the countless angels around God's throne, Yah's throne. An answer I have been looking for years now. What is the total number of fallen angels that walk amongst us here today? Now, another question I had to know, what is the difference between evil spirits and demons? Because yes, in fact, there is a difference. The evil spirits, it's down in the bottom realm, the Nephilim, whose faces all wax pale. Those are the evil spirits. And on earth, evil spirits shall they be called. These are the hybrids, part celestial, part terrestrial. The Nephilim had never, like their fathers, been in heaven. And like their mothers, they had the gift of free will. Yes, there is a very, very big difference between demons and evil spirits, as I mentioned, because one can't come to you, you go to them, while the other, it's free reign. They are not in turn the same. I can tell you now with every ounce of my being, with not one shred of doubt, the difference between the two, but also who and what each are. Sent Enoch to our Father to intercede for them because they had sinned by laying with mortal women. The 200 watchers that were sent down to watch over us, after falling head over heels in love with mortal women and are enamored by their beauty, they transgressed by laying with the women and creating unholy hybrids, the offspring. The 450-foot tall, 6-fingered, 6-toed, large foreheaded, red-headed giants, cannibalistic giants, the first hybrids here on this earth. Before I go any further, one of the questions I always get asked is, Auntie, how could spirits, angels, lay with mortal women? That's easy. They have abilities. They could shapeshift. Chapter 17 says, and they were in a place of fiery flames, and when they wished, they appeared as men. Actually, we'll get into something in another detailed video about how they could appear as anything that they wanted, but that's another video. When Enoch went to our Father to intercede for the fallen angels, he responded. See, our Father could not allow the Nephilim DNA to remain on earth, hence the Genesis flood. Something you're not taught about really in church, let alone Bible school. He told Enoch to tell the fallen angels in regards to your son, all of your sons, the giants, and now the giants who are produced from the spirits and flesh shall be called evil spirits upon the earth, and on the earth shall be their dwelling. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies because they were born from men and from the holy watchers. This is their beginning and primal origin. They shall be evil spirits on earth, and evil spirits shall they be called. The spirits of the giants shall afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth, and cause trouble. They will take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. And these shall be the evil spirits that rise up against the children of men, against the women, because they have proceeded from them. These shall be the invisible evil spirits here amongst us. In the days of slaughter and destruction and the death of the giants, from the souls of whose flesh the spirits have gone forth shall destroy without accruing judgment. Thus shall they destroy until the end and the day of consummation, the great judgment, in which the age shall be consummated over the watchers and the godless, yea, shall be wholly consummated. So the Nephilim, the hybrids who have never been in heaven, part terrestrial, part celestial, they're condemned by our Father to be the evil spirits upon this earth. Invisible evil spirits, working, chaos, destruction, all of that stuff against man. Evil spirits, Nephilim, check. So demons, well, you can always get the answer from its polarity. What is the opposite of demon? It's angel. Demons are the full fallen angels who are not part terrestrial. These are the ones who have been in heaven, fully angelic, until their fall. The opposite of angel, my friends, is demon. The evil spirits are bound in an area. They can't come to you. You go to them through things like fear, sin, judgment, busybodiedness, unrepented sin, unforgiveness, anger, rage, resentment. Yeah, you go to them. Demons, that's a whole nother story. So with that, I have been so curious. What is the number? What is the actual number of fallen angels here amongst us? The third of the angels with Lucifer that fell. Because you also need to understand the fallen angels, the third of the angels and the watchers, the 200 watchers, two totally different things. Great war broke out in heaven, and Michael and his angels were victorious. And Satan and a third of the angels fell. Yeshua was there. He's been there since the beginning of time, the Son of our Father, and he witnessed it. He tells us, and I saw Satan fall like lightning from great heights, cast down onto the earth with a third of the fallen angels. Total angels that rebelled. This took place long before man was even a thought, long before man was created. They were cast down when the world, the earth, was still formless, void, and dark. Can we talk about the serpent? How did that happen if the fallen angels weren't here? But the 200 angels, the watchers, that happened after Eve sinned, after the garden, and after the serpent. Our Father sent down 200 angels he trusted to watch over man, because clearly there was something he needed to keep us safe from. Sadly, I guess it's a tale as old as time. Angel sees woman, angel likes woman, he thinks she's beautiful, and they sinned. He laid with woman and produced unholy hybrid offspring, the Nephilim, the giants. Now those 200 angels are bound, the watchers. There are so many demons on this earth. We do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the powers, principalities, and the dark rulers of this world. This is another one of the lines in the Bible that has been changed, because it used to say, and the governors and the politicians. Oh my. Evil spirits and demons are completely two different. One are hybrids who have never been in heaven, and the other, well, the opposite of angel, is demon. They are the ones that fell. One can't physically come and attack you. You've got to go to them through things like sin when you drop down. But the other, well, they sure can. So how many fallen angels do we have on this earth with us? I finally found the answer. I'm not really loving it, but it is the truth. 50.5 million fell from heaven on that day, leaving 101 million still in heaven, still with our Father. It's the 50.5 million of the fallen angels, the third of the angels that fell from heaven, cast down upon earth, right alongside with Lucifer. 50.5 million walk amongst us here today. Whew.